Happy birthday to legendary Marvel Comics Stan Lee. Happy birthday to former WWE Diva and Impact Wrestling Knockout Taryn Terrell and legendary Hollywood actor Denzel Washington. It's Xavier and I'm back again with another video. Before I talk about this album turning 20 years old, I'm here to give you my halftime report of tonight's game between the Brooklyn Nets and the Houston Rockets. So the Rockets outscored the Nets in the first quarter 42-20. But they lost by 13 in the second quarter, giving up 34 while they scored 21. At halftime, Rockets 63, Nets 54. Will the Rockets maintain their lead and win this game, or will they suffer another loss? We'll just have to wait and see. So now let's talk about this album. December 28th, 1999, Jay-Z released his fourth album, Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter. Or Life and Times of S. Carter, Volume 3, however you want to call it. It was released by Rockefeller Records and Def Jam Records. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 462,000 copies in its first week, and was certified triple platinum. Singles include Do It Again, Put Your Hands Up, featuring Benny Siegel, Things That You Do, Anything, and Big Pimpin' featuring UGK. Producers of the album include Timbaland, K-Rob, DJ Clue, Rockwilder, DJ Premier, Irv Gotti, Swizz Beatz, and many others. Guest appearances include Benny Siegel, Emil, Mariah Carey, Juvenile, Memphis Bleek, Dr. Dre, and UGK. So my thoughts on Jay-Z's Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter turning 20. Looking back on it 20 years later, I have to say, even though I'm not a big Jay-Z fan, it is one of the best albums that came out in the year 1999. And for some people, they said that this album was underrated. I don't see how this album is underrated, but if people say it's underrated, then that's them. I respect their opinions. Y'all want to know how old Jay-Z was when he released this album? He was 30 when he released this album, and now he's 50. And if y'all know, this is the last 90s hip-hop album to turn 20 years old in this decade. Because next year, or beginning next decade, we'll have hip-hop albums from the 2000s turning 20 years old. I know next year we have a bunch of albums turning 20 years old, such as Big Pun, Yeah Baby, Lil Kim, The Notorious K.I.M., Prodigy, HNIC, Wu-Tang Clan, The W, Big L, The Big Picture, The Lox, We Are the Streets, Jay-Z, The Dynasty, Rock La Familia, Outkast with Stankonia, Ja Rule, Rule 336. That's the only albums I know that's turning 20 years old next year. And the albums that's turning 25 next year, of course, Big L, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, Fat Joe's Jealousy One's Envy, Tupac, Me Against the World, Mobb Deep, The Infamous, AZ, Do or Die, Junior Mafia, Conspiracy, Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Links, But yeah, this Jay-Z Volume 3 Life and Times of S. Carter is the last 90s hip-hop album to turn 20 years old in this decade. It's definitely one of my favorites, even though I'm not a huge Jay-Z fan. Wow. It was released on this day 20 years ago, getting close to the year 2000. That's crazy. And you know, last week I did a rant celebrating 20 years of DMX, and then there was X album. Now, this week, I'm doing a rant celebrating 20 years of Jay-Z's Volume 3 Life and Times of S. Carter. And you can see I'm wearing my Spider-Man shirt in honor of Stan Lee's birthday. In the meantime, the second half of the game is about to start. That's going to wrap up my rant celebrating 20 years of Jay-Z's Volume 3, The Life and Times of S. Carter album. Let me know what you guys think. If you're new here, hit subscribe if you like the content, and hit that notification bell for my next rant of one of my favorite rappers' albums turning 20, 25, 15, or 30. If you're not new here, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down and leave your comment down below. What are your thoughts about Jay-Z's Volume 3 Life and Times of S. Carter turning 20? And what were your favorite tracks off the album? And I'll be back in a minute to do some last video reactions after the Rockets game. After the Rockets game, I'll be back to do some last video reactions of 2019. Don't follow your dreams, chase them. Peace. Happy 20th to Jay-Z's Volume 3, The Life and Times of S. Carter.